Yeah, it's Cash. Get him. DJ Deuce McGuire, this hot as a log fire. Spark the lighter in the 303. We wrestle at the quarry. Golden, Colorado. Mercury Pro Wrestling Academy. Elevated wrestling. Yeah. Hashtag follow if you know the motto. Can't stop now. Got the need for speed. Combustion and concussion. Championships in my vision. I put the key in the ignition. Such an easy decision. I got a hustler's ambition. Wrestling at its best. Welcome to the show I put on for Rocky Mountain Pro. Let's go.
RMP Radio is back on the air. Hi, I am your host, Mr. Fourth Row, and joining me on this edition of RMP Radio, I have Big Filt Dawg. Hey, Big Filt Dawg, how are you doing?
Shitty as always, man. Nah, doing good, I guess. You know, it's like, yeah, can't brag, can't complain, you know what I mean? Always could be better, always could be worse. I'm breathing. I'm breathing. What more could you ask for, you know?
I get you. So, like we do here on RMP Radio, we like to get to know a little bit more about the person behind the wrestler. And I know that one thing that you kind of enjoy outside of the wrestling ring is kind of a big music aficionado. What do you like to listen to?
And I couldn't even try to explain it with what I listen to. Like, it's pretty ridiculous, like how out there some of the stuff that I listen to is. Like, I was just like, before you called, I was just listening to this guy named Herbie Howell. He's like this old this country western singer from the '60s. Like the vast amount of stuff that I listen to is just like. Everybody says like, "Oh, I listen to everything." Oh, I listen to everything. Yeah. It's like a cop out. It's a cop out answer almost, but
right.
There's not very much stuff that I don't listen to. You know what I mean? Like, there's just good music and bad music. You know what I mean? And I just try to listen to all the good music.
Yeah. I definitely get you. Is that you can't get inspired and kind of go off on certain genres at times and that thing and that nature?
Yeah, it's a vibe, man. It's definitely a vibe. Like, you can catch a vibe off of any type of music, you know, whether it's like some bluegrass or it's like what people call like emo or whatever people consider music, like emo music or synth pop, you know, like it doesn't even matter. Any type of thing, like anything, man. Like you can catch a vibe off of something, man. Like there's also stuff like mainly people are always like associate me with like hip hop or heavy metal. There's all kinds of hip hop and there's all kinds of heavy metal that I just can't get jiggy with. You ever see Next Friday? The guy says, "I can't get jiggy with this shit."
Yeah.
No, like that's definitely like there's good music and bad music, man. It doesn't matter what kind of genre it is, man. It's like as long as you can catch a vibe off of it, you know.
Yeah, I get you. That's cool.
Big time.
Yeah. Hey, and and then speaking of music, back at one of the latest Rocky Mountain Pro shows at the Summit Music Hall, you got to have, for your entrance music, you got to actually have the band do a live performance of your theme song. How was that?
That was cool, man. It was cool. The guy who does my song over at Rocky Mountain Pro, he's a good friend of mine down here in Denver. There's like, not a lot of people like know about the Denver music scene or whatever, but there's a lot of shit going on down here, and he's one of the guys that's at the forefront. Maybe, you know, I mean, no, like there's not a lot of famous people. Like there's a band called Wilderness. They're probably like the most famous thing out of Denver right now. But like when it comes to the hip hop scene and stuff, for sure, nobody's really popping like that. And I think for sure, like. He put out an EP last year called Denver Lanes. I did it streamed pretty well off of SoundCloud, and he's pretty much, it's cool because he's doing it's the same thing right now. Me and him, like he's trying to just get to the next level the same way I am, and like music and wrestling, it's not exactly the same, you know what I mean? Like there's definitely differences, but it's kind of similar, like trying to come up the same way. Like he was just the same way that I appreciate like him putting me in the music video and doing the song and like giving me clearance to use the song and everything. It's the same way he appreciates me, trying to get him out and try to get eyes on him. You know, some people who would have never for sure like seen him perform before, some over at the summit or watching on Fight. Like hopefully some people saw him and they like the song, they like the performance. They're like, all right, so there's actually an artist, there's actually a guy doing this song. You know, maybe I could check some of his stuff out. I know that we plug him on Rocky Mountain Pro, like he's in the credits and everything for the song. So I definitely hope he's got some eyes and some ears off of that. You know.
Yeah. Well, plug him right here. Give him a shout out so the listeners can check him out.
Yeah, Soy Riaga. That's my man. It's over here from Denver. He's probably the top 3, top 2, number 1 rapper here in Denver right now. Being real. Check him out. Denver Lane's EP is the last project that he put out, but he's always working. He's putting something out. Anybody who's hearing this who's into some hip hop, R&B, some real out there stuff like a lot of it is pretty deep stuff, you know. So go ahead and check him out. It's real dope. It's real dope.
Yeah,
and Riaga.
Yeah, and so how did you guys hook up and get the collaboration for him to do your song?
Well, we ended up doing a music video for the song first, you know. Like I don't know, like his manager reached out. He wanted to do like some pro wrestling themed stuff in the music video. And it was like I never got an opportunity to do nothing like that before, you know. So you gotta jump on that right away. Ended up clicking for sure. Ended up clicking. Same personality type deal, you know. I'm just kind of real good friends there. We ended up going out downtown and stuff, down to Denver, hitting the town a little bit, and some real good friends, you know.
Well, that's cool. That's awesome. All right. So, one other thing I wanted to kind of backtrack with you a little bit, as you were talking about, you know, how you are, you know, trying to make a little bit more of your wrestling career, and the same with you. So I listened to another like a couple podcasts, and another one of your you know, wrestlers in the Brotherhood is talking about how. You know, it's kind of difficult. You know, Denver wants to support artistic ventures, but sometimes they don't put their money where their mouth is. What do you think about that? I know we're gonna kind of shoot on you know, maybe some listeners, but what's your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I think he's always talking about like Denver wrestling, Colorado wrestling, blah blah blah, which it is. It's cool, you know what I mean? Like I'm doing shows all the time. We're always doing shows all the time.
Yeah.
But some of the shows, you know, like how much we brand laughs, you know, there's between 5, 650 there for sure. Like that's a good draw there for like. So he'll fill that place up. But some of the places, you know, like New Era, they draw pretty consistently. But everybody wants to talk about all these shows and this and that. But like. People, just like you said, that I want to put their money where the mouth is, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's like, oh, you know, when's the next show? You tell them when the next show is. You send them the invites personally, this and that. They don't even show up, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'll make it to the next one. It's like, no, you won't. Like,
yeah.
So, you know, people they definitely pick and choose, you know what I mean? And then, like, they talk about how they support you and this and that, and then boom, like, they bring out like a Rock Rise, and they bring out, you know, Rocky Mountain Pro's bringing out Al and D'Lo. Let's see how many people come out to see them. You know, what I mean, probably a lot more than people who talk to us and talk about how much they support us and this and that.
Yeah.
Which is cool. You know, you don't have to come to every single show that I'm wrestling on because, you know, like you're the only person. You're the only person who's going to come to every show that I'm wrestling on. You know, and the other wrestlers, which is fine. I understand that. But like, I don't know, but.
Yeah, it's tough, and you know, I you know, I'm only shooting on the listeners to this just because it's like I want to, you know, see everybody support indie wrestling. You know, buy a ticket, buy a shirt, buy a photo, buy, you know, whatever. You know, these guys are.
Gotta keep it real.
Yeah, exactly, and you know, they're.
You and Annie are the two. You and Annie are the best. You guys, you know Annie Ramon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and name drop her on here if she hears this, or if anybody. She's awesome, man. You too. You guys are the best, man. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. All right, so just like I said, we just get out there and help, just get out there and we want to stop seeing the yeah, I'm coming, and then we have to reply, where you at?
Yeah, exactly. Get your asses out, man. Like these guys are there. Like, people are talking about starting new promotions around here and this and that. It's just like, quality over quantity. You know what I mean? If you just make sure your shit is quality. You know what I mean? The last thing that this place needs, you know what I mean, this damn state around here, is another shitty wrestling promotion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like, you got to be real. You got to be real. You know what I mean? Like, that's the last thing this place needs. Like, if it's another quality wrestling promotion, then bang, you know what I mean? That's another place to get paid. That's another place to get film, get some footage, you know what I mean? Which is cool. But if it's just going to be some bow-legged bullshit, then, leave it at the door. The idea should stay at the table, you know?
Right, yeah, I totally...
You got to be real with it.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get you, because one last thing a fan wants to do is leave that show and be going, ugh, what did I just watch?
And, like, if the fans are thinking that at the show, that's the last, like, I'm not trying to be associated with some shit like that.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, we, pulling no punches here with Big Filt Dawg on RMP Radio.
Not at all. I had maybe like a couple years ago, the first time you interviewed me, I would have said something like that. But I'm really at the point now where I don't give a shit anymore. I'm not trying to be everybody's best friend. I'm trying to make something of myself.
Yeah, you're acclimated pretty much in the wrestling scene. You've gotten out to other promotions besides Rocky Mountain Pro, so you've seen just as much as I have from from inside the ropes. So yeah. Definitely.
There's pros and cons to every single place around here. You know, there's the good and there's the bad and there's the ugly. You know, just like every other state, all the other 49 states, got the same thing here. You know, everybody's got their good and everybody's got their bad, and I'm trying to the good. You know.
Yeah, definitely gotcha. Yeah, for sure. So now if I'm doing my recall, a little bit before you got into the wrestling ring, you had a kind of a background in was a little bit of football as well. Is that right?
Yeah, I was a football player and an amateur wrestler.
And amateur wrestling, yeah, in school, right? Yeah, and then you gotten out of school and decided to wanting to get into this the professional wrestling ring.
Yeah, like everything. I was an athlete like my whole life. You know, I started playing football when I was like 4 years old. And I played every sport and stuff, and everything just revolved around wrestling for sure. You know, like it was always like that's what plan I ever had. You know? Like, I never wanted to be anything besides a wrestler. Like that's the reason I played football or anything like that. You know, because I was always talking about all the football backgrounds. Everybody who was an amateur wrestler was a badass, and
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, all the athletics and stuff that I did was like I never really had a plan. Like it was all about pro wrestling. Sure.
Yeah, I gotcha. It's something that's kind of now I'm thinking about it, kind of gone around every once in a while in the Rocky Mountain Pro training session, just doing a little bit of shoot wrestling. Have you been participating in a little bit of that in the training? How's that going?
This guy's the one. I'll be calling people. I'll leave the shoot to like. Are you talking about Cormac and Cody? The last video that those guys got going around. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awful, man. I'm sorry you had to witness that. I apologize that you even had to witness that. No, that was funny. That was funny. Those guys are those are my boys. I love those guys. They're two of my best friends.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like if I was gonna wrestle somebody, like I'd probably wrestle with Hunter. I'd wrestle with Marlon.
Yeah.
Matt, he's got a little bit of amateur experience.
Right.
Like, I was actually like a pretty high level amateur wrestler, you know, like, and if I was gonna wrestle one of those guys, like, it would for sure, like, it would just be like, I'd make sure that I wrestled like somebody pretty tough before one of those guys. So I was pretty tired by the time I got to them, you know.
I get you. Yeah, so that would be fun. I would love to see. I'd love to see you and Hunter, because you guys, like, you got. I know that you guys got, like you said, pretty high level, and I know Hunter's got pretty high level experience in amateur wrestling as well. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, he went to a lot higher level than I did, just because my dumb ass couldn't keep my grades up in school.
Right.
And like,
yeah.
I really screwed myself over, but it's all good, you know.
Yeah.
Every now and then, like, because we do shoot at training and stuff like that. We do shoot drills, and you know, we'll actually wrestle just so you get the feel, just so you, like, everybody who's an actual, like, anybody who is a pro wrestler considers themselves to be pro wrestlers. Just like, or some people who consider themselves to be wrestlers, they definitely aren't wrestlers. You know, like, let's keep it real right now. But still, like, even if you consider yourself to be a pro wrestler, you should know how to wrestle. You know, you don't have to be Keel Sanderson out there. I don't you know who that is. He's unbelievable. Or like, you don't have to be Dave Taylor out there, but definitely, like, you should know how to wrestle a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Well, because it definitely helps with cadence of moves and telling that methodical, story in the ring. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, for sure. I can't remember if it was last week, 2 weeks ago. You were there at New Era. Me and Bruce Rogers wrestled the main event.
Yeah.
We went out there for maybe like 15 minutes and just wrestled. Wrestled that way. We actually wrestled. And people were like, oh, that was great. That was great. But, you know, it's all about, people, like, even if you know how, like, very many people come over, like, if they wrestle around here anymore, actually wrestle. I think we should kind of focus probably on the wrestling.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's really cool. All right, so beyond that, what else kind of things do you enjoy outside of the wrestling ring? What do you kind of do outside besides the music and that kind of stuff? What else do you kind of into?
I'm like wrestling centric. There's not very much stuff that I haven't seen, like, that I don't know, like, historically, like, that there was mess around. Like, I don't know very much, but like, I know wrestling for sure. Like, my whole life is a wrestling, studying history, watching matches, like, some of the stuff that I get into. Like, I used to be into sports. I'm kind of not really anymore. I used to watch football and all this, and I watched the NBA, but I'm not even gonna lie. I'm pretty out of the loop right now. I have no idea what's going on. But so with sports, I haven't watched the football game. Just sat down and watched it all the way through. So, like, I don't know. It's good. Like, it's one thing that people wouldn't know about me. Anybody listening to this. I'm really into, like, cooking. I like cooking a lot. Yeah, like, shocker, right? My big ass, my fat ass likes cooking, right? But I'm into bodybuilding. Like, that's one thing people probably would never know about me. Like, I'm not in shape or anything like that, but I've always been a big fan of bodybuilding. Like, Kai Green is probably my favorite bodybuilder of all time. But, like, I'm such a big fan of all the legends, like Dwayne Yates, Phil Heath, like all these monsters. I'm a big fan of Jay Cutler. I like bodybuilding a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I gotcha. So let me ask you about this. People should know, they should be educated that bodybuilding is different than like training for powerlifting. And
sure.
I've interviewed, of course, Heidi Howitzer and Severino Corrente, and they've been done.
Did they interview at the same time?
No, I should. I should get a big.
I don't know. They do have some weights and shit. They do go to the gym together.
Yeah.
He wears his suit. She wears shoulder pads, and they go to the gym and knock shit out.
Yeah. So what I was going to ask you though is, I know they, like I said, they do some training for actual competition, but do you like collaborate with them to get ideas about the actual just do the bodybuilding part, because it, like I said, it is different. It's different than training for competition. Yeah. So, but do they give?
Hell no, I don't give a shit for them. Like I like, yeah, if I went lifting weights, then they probably did. Like they probably because those guys are trying to get strong. Yeah, and I'm just trying to look good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, which is hilarious because I look in the mirror and I think I look like Hulk Hogan, and really I look like shit. You know what I'm saying? I got reverse anorexia going on. But yeah, like just like you said, it's just totally different stuff. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I just try to get in there and like I'll try to attack. Like I'll focus on a body part and I'll definitely attack it for like in that 45 minutes to an hour, and then come home and I'll get the best recovery that I can get. You know what I mean? Try to get it as sore as I possibly can, break down the fibers as much as I possibly can. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to like be strong or anything like that. I'm not very strong. You know, I kind of look strong just because I'm all big and stuff. But for like as big as I should be, like I'm not very strong. You know what I mean? If we're being real here, gotta be honest and shit.
Yeah, I get you, because I know one of the previous times that I've interviewed you, you were talking about that. You were talking about I got to get into the gym just a little bit more to, work on this and work on that, and that's kind of where you've gone now, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's awesome. But to like you said, be real. You have to be strong enough to be able to, breaking the fourth wall, choreograph your matches in the ring with your opponents and things like that. So it's got to be strong enough to support them and for them to support you, and make sure everybody doesn't get hurt, and pull off a great match and all that stuff like that.
Yeah, you definitely got to be strong enough to execute in there. Like you can't go in there and like, or even if you got to know what you can do and what you can't do. You got to know your limits. You got to be strong enough to do what you got to do in there. That's for damn sure. But like, yeah, I don't know. Like I don't like people going in there looking like shit either. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't look good. You know what I mean? I realize that I don't look good, but I look like an athlete for sure. Because I am an athlete. I'll go out there and I'll wrestle anybody in the crowd, or like I'll do anything, pretty much anything with anybody, and I'll hold my own, But I don't like, you don't have, like, just like I said, you don't have to look like friggin' like Brandon Curry out there. What he was I don't know who it is. He was the Mr. Olympia 2019.
Yeah.
You don't have to look like that going out there, but definitely look like you can handle yourself. Look like you're an athlete. Look like you hit the gym. Look like you didn't just roll out off the couch and got in the ring. You feel me?
Yeah, look like you belong in that ring.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Even if you're the complete shits and you can't wrestle for shit, you know what I mean? If you got a great body, people are gonna be like, "Oh, check this guy out." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've seen it before. We've seen it many times on the local level, on the big time level. Every single company that's ever existed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you got a body, you got a spot.
Right. That's true. Yeah, definitely. Got to impress.
Every company has their exceptions. You know what I mean? Everybody has their exceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can't wrestle like Kevin Owens, which you can't. If you're not listening, if you're not him, and if you're listening to this, you're not him. Then you know what I mean. You're not like he's the exception. He's the biggest exception in the world for sure. He's incredible.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And
every company has their exceptions.
Right. Yeah. And speaking of Kevin Owens, he's kind of an illusion, because you're like he's got like I said, he's got the wrestling, he's got the mic skills. So once that gets all put together, I mean, he's a phenomenal talent.
Oh, for sure. He was pretty skinny back in the day when he first started too.
Yeah.
Watching like the old footage of him back in like when he first came to the States back like 02 through 05, his early American MD stuff. He was a pretty skinny guy too. You know what I mean? Like whenever he put the weight on or whatever, like he just got better and better.
Right. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah. All right. Well, so another thing I think you had mentioned that you kind of into is cooking. Was that right? Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
What do you like cooking? What do you enjoy doing there?
Oh man, I love cooking. Like straight up, like, I like it a lot. Like I cook like pretty much whatever I can. Like what I'm cooking mostly, just like personal. You know, I cook like a lot of chicken and stuff like that, a lot of chicken breasts and stuff. But pretty bland, right? Pretty blah. You know, anybody can cook that stuff. But pretty much anything, man. Like nowadays, like if I'm gonna actually cook something, it's gonna be like a pretty long process. You know what I mean? Where I'm gonna prep for it. It's like I'm not gonna try to rush through it. So I don't have time. Like I just don't have time a lot of the time to like sit down. Like maybe like once every few weeks, I could actually get like put something together that I'm pretty like proud of.
Yeah.
You know, I love doing stuff like that. People who are listening to this are like, what the heck? Like I'm probably killing some of my credibility here, but yeah, man, like I always have. It's really, I really enjoy getting in there.
Yeah, so you're kind of in the traditional sense of, you know, a lot of wrestlers like doing the chicken breast type stuff, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Just because it's so quick. It's just some of the best protein that you can get.
Yeah, it's like a staple. It's like a staple food for wrestlers.
Of course. You know what I mean? Like if it wasn't so stereotypical, I'd have a fanny pack just because it'd be so damn convenient. But I'm not about to be one of these guys ironically wearing a fanny pack. You know what I mean? There's a few people who just don't care and they're like, yeah, whatever, it's a fanny pack. You know what I mean? But like, I wish so bad I could carry around a fanny pack, you know, just because it'd be so convenient. I got so much stuff in my pockets all the time. But no, I'm not a bit of be like the guy like, oh, you know, there he is, a wrestler with a fanny pack, ha, you know, like I'd rather carry a purse around.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, so shout out to all the wrestlers that are listening to this that do the fanny pack thing still.
Shit, there's a few guys like Royce Isaacs. He wears a fanny pack and does not give a shit.
I know.
It's not ironic at all. It's like he's wearing a fanny pack just because, like, all right, like I got a lot of shit to take. I got a lot of stuff to carry. Yeah. There's some guys they're just like, hey guys, check out my fanny pack. You know, it's like, get out of here with that bullshit now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. That's that's funny. Yes. Oh, all right. Well, hey, why don't we? I think that might be a great place to wrap this episode up. But before I let you go, people wanted to follow up with you on social media, and where could they possibly see you in the future, and what events you got coming up?
Yeah, so we got the Rumble at the Rack House coming up on, I think it's the 27th of December, and we got Lucha Libre Laughs coming up January 3rd. We got the Pepsi Center coming up here next year for Rocky Mountain Pro. We got the Colorado United coming up next year, late January. We got next year start getting some dates for like Primo's Pro Wrestling, and start getting some dates for New Era Pro Wrestling. The New Year's Bash is going to be the first show for New Era. You could probably, hopefully next year, you'll see me on like AEW Dynamite or NXT or hopefully. All right. That might just be wishful thinking, but I'm trying to make some money, man. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make some goddamn money. I'm sick of wasting my time. You know what I mean? I'm really trying to make some money next year. Yeah, those are some of the early dates that I got coming up next year. You know what I mean? And then around here in Colorado, you know, you can see me pretty much on any show.
I got you.
Someone's ass.
Yeah. All right. What about the social medias? Where could they people follow you?
Yeah, follow me on Twitter. I think it's at Dog Filt or something like that. It's pretty cool. At Dog Filt. I like that. I like how they just do their own thing. Like they'll take your name and then abbreviate that. That was pretty tight. On Instagram, it's just Big Filt Dawg. No spaces or none of that bullshit. Just Big Filt Dawg. Yeah, go ahead and follow me on those two platforms. Make sure you do. Anybody hearing this, make sure you go ahead and follow me. Companies look at that bullshit. They'll be like, oh, this guy. Even if you can't wrestle, you know, which I try to be a good wrestler. Even if you can't wrestle, the companies will be like, yo, this guy's got a ton of followers. He'll plug our show. Maybe somebody goes through this. It's a thing. Go go ahead and follow me. Anybody who hears you too, even though you already do. Or unfollow me and then follow me again. Maybe it'll show up.
Yeah, it'll give you a little bump.
Yeah.
You can
create some bot accounts. Nah. I ain't about that. I appreciate it though, man.
Yeah, I got you. All right. Well, cool. I appreciate you coming on to this episode of RMP Radio, and of course, I will be seeing you in the future. Once again, a big thank you to Big Filt Dawg for coming on to this edition of RMP Radio, and like we do, get to know a little bit more about the person behind the wrestler. All right, so before we get out of here, let's pay some bills like they used to say back in the day. If you want to get some fantastic, great merchandise from your favorite Rocky Mountain Pro superstars, and maybe get ready for the end of 2019 and hit some get some fresh merchandise for 2020 when Rocky Mountain Pro is all recharged for 2020, head over to rmpwrestling.com, click on the merchandise link, and you got some great choices. Fresh, brand new design, inspired by, I believe, the Castlevania classic video game. You got the Tag Dudes shirts, tank tops, long sleeves, so maybe pick one of those up this week. When it comes to events happening, Rocky Mountain Pro, the end of this month on the last Friday of December, and that is December 27th at 9 p.m. the Rack House Pub Brewery in Denver, Colorado, the Rocky Mountain Pro Experience. Free event. All they do is ask you to turn that money that you would have purchased a ticket from, and maybe patronize the Rack House Pub with some refreshments, and also wouldn't hurt to hit up your wrestlers in attendance there and purchase a shirt, a photo, etc. And then additionally, coming up on January 4th, Rocky Mountain Pro and the Colorado Mammoth present the Rumble at the Loud House at the Pepsi Center. Purchase tickets, head over to Rocky Mountain Pro's website, click on the events link, and you can purchase tickets there. As well as if you hit up any of your favorite Rocky Mountain Pro superstars, you can buy the tickets from them in person and save yourself the service fees, I believe. So that's also a great deal as well. And then January 10th, the Charge television taping, the first one of the year, January 10th at 7 p.m. from the Quarry at the Jefferson County Fairgrounds in Golden, Colorado. Tickets will be available soon to purchase online as well, so that should be fun. So hope to see you guys all there at all of these events. In the meantime, if you want to get all caught up with Charged or rewatch all the Charged episodes, head over to Fight TV app or through your Roku box. Also, twitch.tv/Rocky Mountain Pro can catch those, as well as some great one-of-a-kind shows. I believe Mercury Matt Yaden has been on there a lot lately doing some video game stuff, so that would be great to have you guys all subscribe to that and help support us here at Rocky Mountain Pro. Also, you can watch everything we have also on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Rocky Mountain Pro, and also catch us on Impact Plus TV as well as the Fight Network UK. Want to follow us? Everything does stem from the website at rmpwrestling.com, and on the social medias of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of the handle of the Rocky MTN Pro, and that is the Rocky Mike Tango November Pro. All right, well, I want to thank you all for listening to this edition of RMP Radio, where pro wrestling is elevated.